open world PvP. Honestly, since the new patch, it has been a lot more bumpin' than it used to be on my server. I'm on a pretty dead server anyway, so seeing a lot of people flagged up in open world PvP is always a very exciting moment for me. And since the new patch, well, it's been a lot more common, and this was an encounter that really excited me. It's been a long time since I've seen such a large group of players flagged up, running around flipping stuff in the open world on my server. So I definitely wanted to try to get some solo PvP in, and I've got a great build for it. Firestaff and Rapier, one of the best solo builds I think in the game right now. There's a link to it down below if you guys want to see it. And well, I died a lot. And that's just part of this kind of a fight where you have so many people against you. My whole goal here is to try to get the attention of them when they're stacked up and see if I can get a few to split off, which I do manage to do successfully a few times, but as you can see, the longer that I fight them, the more and more they start to pile up, and it gets harder and harder for me to not die and get any kind of offensive pressure in. I do get a really nice combo here, huge cannon shot as they all drop down, and I wasn't going to survive that, but I think that was a pretty decent plan. But yeah, long story short, they just killed me over and over and over. But my mama didn't raise no quitter. And by this stage, I think I've tried all of the smart strategies that I can to try to pull these guys. All that's left is to just bomb the group. I don't know what to say. There aren't as many of them as this fight went on. I chased these guys for like 45 minutes up to this point. So I think there's 5 or 6 left on the flag. And I just jumped right on top of them, somehow managed to escape with the burnout, and then get back up to the top here, just squeaking out with my evade there, and then I break just enough line of sight to get to the burnout again, and drink the potion and jump off the edge. Let's see how many of these guys are going to chase me this time. We got one guy dropping off the edge, and that looks good. Second guy coming off the edge. Okay, this, I think, is doable. So, I'm in a pretty open field situation here. This is not bad. I am playing a ranged build with the Firestaff as well, and I'm faster than these guys, so that's going to work really well for me. I'll be able to apply pressure to them as long as they're not on my tail like that, so close to going down. Lots of tracking from the sword and shield there, also hitting me with the snare, and I was almost caught by that, but I do manage to break that distance again. And now I'm going to turn and try to put a bit of offense on these guys. They are both going to continue chasing me too, so yeah, I'm just going to have to pick a target here, I think. Both of them are pretty offensively dangerous. They're both playing melee builds. The Sword and Shield Rapier guy I'm a little worried about because he could put some really crazy damage into me if I'm not careful. And I managed to get a huge combo on him there, though, with the Firestaff. Just missed the cannon shot, and he squeaks away. But that right there is telling me that this guy is going to be squishy, so I just have to be careful and patient. Did a good job dodging that incoming fireball, and I go for the heavy attack into the light attack evade, and I get some decent damage on that guy. Go for the flourish and finish. Unfortunately, the Sword and Shield player goes for the hard stun, knocks me right out of my grit, and again, just switch to the Firestaff, use that kite, and burnout saving my life. I mean, I tried to turn it back into them for the explosion, but I'm not upset that I had a little bit of distance to work with there. Again, that heavy attack into the evade light attack. I get a great flourish and finish, and then I botch it with these fireballs. I am running the heavy AoE splash on the fireball, and this guy is doing a great job changing directions. Just missed those shots, unfortunately, and I do connect the pillar, but he did get to the heal in time, and he's gonna run inside, so I decide to chase this guy. Honestly, what I maybe should have done here is turned around and fought the other guy and let this guy run off and go heal. That would have given me the opportunity to just have the 1v1, which would probably be a little bit easier to get a kill, but I do decide to chase him. I think just because I'm emotionally invested at this point. I've died so many times to these guys. I just want to kill them. Oh man, either way, I go inside the keep. Maybe not the best strategy choice. None of them have gone down yet, and I am moving closer and closer to the rest of them. And a nice little flourish and finish just to give me that mobility when I am hit with that snare by the melee attack. I love that burnout. Really quick rotation to go through both of them and then back around the other side. And it does buy me that distance I need. And then I go for the flesh through to try to get a bit of damage. I end up missing that. He goes for his hatchet gap close and just opens himself up to taking that fireball. And that hatchet player, man, he's got some fire resist on this build. Holy crap. But the connection with the cannon at the end to finish him off, and down he goes. And the Greatsword Hatchet player ends up jumping off the edge. Actually, they both have hatchets. I don't know why I said Rapier early. Don't even worry about it. And I go for the burnout through. I wanted to angle that back in so I didn't go off the edge. Either way, I still have a bit of space. It looks like the guys on the flag are going to give me some space to actually fight now. I think I've just been annoying for long enough. And the enemy healer comes up here. He starts throwing down some big heals, but I put huge damage into him. This guy is very squishy. Go for the burnout through just to stay away from the sword and board player there, and he ends up hitting me with the gap close. And now I've got a lot of pressure on top of me with the healer going for the rapier as well. His damage is not crazy high though, so that's going to be okay if I want to trade with him. I do get some really good damage in that exchange on the healer. And he comes back around the corner. He is definitely my target. It's going to make it very hard for me to kill anybody else before he goes down. So I try to get a good exchange there. He ends up getting a good bait, and the rest of them beat on me. I go very close to dying there. Get a good dodge on that incoming gap close. He had hit me with that. 100% would have been done. And I managed to get up to the top. And here we go, fireball coming down, the healer, the first one up, that's very good for me. There's the flourish and finish, and I miss. Oh my god, nothing a heavy attack into the pillar can't fix. And the cannon shot, I end up missing the greatsword player with it, but that's okay. The healer is down, and now it is just me and the sword and shield greatsword player. He hits me with the hard stun, but I just quickly roll out of that, and I'm just going to be patient with this guy. He's doing a lot of blocking, so I'm going to lead with those heavy attacks on the rapier and see if I can catch him on the stam drain to break his block, but he ends up just dropping off the edge. I'm going to feed him those explosive fireballs. There we go. Start throwing some heavy attacks into these guys. It looks like 5 players on the flag right now, and they are going to give me the 1v1 against this guy. All right, so I just start fighting with him. I am a little weary here. They do jump me at times. Like I said, I've been chasing these guys for a while, and if I get too close, I feel like they will jump on top of me. And this guy is slowly inching closer and closer towards the flag. And there goes his stamina. So now's my chance to get a little bit more aggressive on him. Jump on top with the rapier and unfortunately end up missing that flesh. And there's the stray fireball into one of the enemy players. Uh-oh, can't be making any friends with that. And the sword and shield player just being very patient here. It seems like he's just kind of playing defensively and wants me to come out into the open here. The guy on the flag says, can we not? No, we have to. I've tried too hard and too long to just give up this easily. And now I start feeding this guy the fireballs. He's on his greatsword bar here. He does go for the calamity counter, and there is the player from behind. We knew it was coming. He ends up jumping me, but I do manage to escape just in time, and then the evade to get back around him, and the burnout to get through. And it looks like the other player was pretty close to dead, so he ended up backing up and healing, but he just came back now. And I get a good flourish and finish on the sword and shield rapier player. There's the sword and shield rapier player. And now both of these guys are chasing me. Nice little coverage with the pillar of fire there. Fireball coming down as well. And I go for the burnout through, try to curl it around for that AoE blast. And I'm not sure where the other sword and shield rapier player just went. He did take quite a bit of damage from that, but it didn't say that I knocked him down in the chat. So he must have just backed up a little bit, maybe to wait on that potion cooldown. But that's good. Gives me an opportunity to fight this guy. There he is, dropping down from the top, and I get that heavy attack on him, on the lower health player there. And I go for the burnout through. This guy is very low HP, but now I've got 2 more players standing on top of me, and I'm just forced to back up a little bit. And once they push me away from the flag, they leave me just to this guy alone. So we end up going at it. Interesting fight, I think, because I'm just constantly trading opponents here. And I do manage to get some pretty nice coverage with the fire staff there, dropping his health very, very low. And he ends up backing up, and I botched that super hard. When he dances around like this, I should have just gone for the charged heavy attacks. That would have been the connector. There you see I do manage to land 2 heavy attacks pretty successfully on him there, and he manages to heal up. I go for the flesh through, try to get him with the evade into the light attack. He goes for the riposte. I did just kind of reflexively dodge, thinking I would hit that riposte, but I didn't end up hitting it. And he's very low health again. Big damage on the fire staff burnout. And there's the heavy attack. Oh my god, my aim against this guy, not great. He comes back around the corner though, and he decides not to hide in the corner. I think I would have used the corner a little bit more there. Get huge damage with that heavy attack into the evade light attack, and I decide that I'm just going to have to be aggressive with him, let my health drop a little bit, otherwise he's going to end up kiting out. And here we go. Instead of healing, drop the fireball, land that big fat AoE, and down he goes. Now there's 2 enemy players left. I'm not done. I gotta fight everybody here until there's nobody left. The greatsword player comes charging out towards me. I start feeding him the fire staff. He goes for his spin, the flourish and finish, and I get a beautiful flesh in behind him. And down he goes, and now it's just me and the last guy here. And he says, hit me again, Iron Boy. Well, I'll hit him again. Throw the fireball at him. He ends up shooting at me. There come the grenades. Evade out of it into the roll. And the flesh to get behind him. Flourish and finish to land that combo. And the cannon, man. Huge connection on it. The pillar also connecting. And I managed to hit him with the fireball. Oh, feels good to get my revenge. I hope you guys enjoyed the clip. I know that it was pretty long, but this was a pretty fun fight for me. It took a very long time, so I managed to cut it into the highlights, I hope, for you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, just for tuning in and watching. Of course, check me out live on Twitch. Check out my website, pvpnewworld.com, for written guides to this build, as well as tons of my other builds. There is a video guide to this build down below for you guys, too. And if you have a clip that you want to see in the New World Top 5, you can send that to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. A quick shout out to our sponsor, ExpressVPN. You guys can get a deal on your first purchase with them with the link down below. And of course, a massive thank you to all of my patrons on Patreon for supporting the show. Thank you, everybody, just for tuning in and watching. Of course, I hope you're looking forward to more in the future. I will have some actual Iron Man episodes coming pretty soon, so look forward to that. Thank you again, guys, and I'll see you next time.